Welcome back, everyone. I'm Chris Hyler, and this is IBN News, the world's only true news source. An Afghan soldier who shot dead 4 French troops has said he did it because of a recent video showing U.S. Marines urinating on the dead bodies of Taliban insurgents. During the initial interrogations by French soldiers, he told them he did it because of the video in which American soldiers were urinating on the bodies. Now, the report was backed up by an intelligence source and another with access to information from the Afghan Ministry of Defense, both of whom requested anonymity. In his initial confession, he said that he was strongly motivated to kill the soldiers when he saw the video of foreign soldiers, which were U.S. Marines, urinating on Afghan corpses, the intelligence source stated. The French defense minister said during a visit to Kabul that he had been told the soldier who killed the 4 French soldiers and wounded 15 others was a Taliban infiltrator. But President Hamid Karzai did not make the same accusation in a statement Sunday describing the attack as an isolated and individual action. Now, I think everyone would agree that urinating on a corpse is a horrific act by anyone. But friends, I ask, why are we overlooking the fact these men were murdered? It may seem odd, but I would bet that if we would go back and ask the men who were killed what part of that day would have been worse, I dare say being murdered would have far outweighed being urinated on. And to all the world leaders, how can you condemn men who would commit such horrible acts when your governments are the source funding this barbaric training of these men? They are trained to kill with no compassion or respect offered to their fellow men. President Hamid Karzai, it seems, would like to brush this incident off just as other world leaders would and say that it's just an individual act. But I ask why? Who is truly responsible for the mindset of these men and the continual war they are living in today? I dare say they are a result of a broken system that is falling apart all around us. Putting the blame on those who are only doing what they were trained to do, I feel is the greatest injustice that we as a society are committing today. These actions aren't isolated only to those in acts of war, but citizens are taking on this very character worldwide to stand up and fight. For more on this, let's send it out to our chief correspondent in Nigeria reporting from Lagos, Abimbola Babalola. Abimbola, what do you have for us?
This is Lagos, the commercial nerve center of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. There has been a lot of tension in the country lately because of the spate of violence that has engulfed the northern part of Nigeria. Because of the violence, a group known as Boko Haram. The name Boko Haram has become synonymous with bombings, drive-by shootings, and destruction. Boko Haram, which means Western education is forbidden, was founded in 2002. They are opposed to a Western way of life and Western education. They intend to institute Sharia law in the northern part of the country. Boko Haram became violent in 2009 after a major raid was carried out on them by the federal government when information was passed to the government that Boko Haram was arming itself in preparation for major violence. And since 2009, they've bombed government buildings, mainly institutions of government, and of course there have been churches attacked and innocent civilians also attacked. There have also been numerous drive-by shootings, and in all there have been over 50 attacks. Most prominent are the June 16, 2011 attack on the police headquarters, in which the police headquarters was bombed. So many people were killed and many vehicles and property, and the building was destroyed. On August 26, 2011, the United Nations headquarters in Abuja was also attacked. The bomb attack on the UN building caught international attention and brought Boko Haram to the fore. Christmas Day 2011 also witnessed series of coordinated bomb attacks on numerous churches and places of worship all across the country. In all, more than 48 people died in the Christmas Day bombings. Boko Haram has given ultimatum to Christians living in the northern part of the country to relocate to other parts of the country. They say the safety of these Christians can no longer be guaranteed. Now, this has opened a whole new chapter and is giving a religious coloration to this whole event. It's turning into a religious war. Government have responded with the use of deadly force. There have been many arrests, there have been shootings. The founder of Boko Haram was killed during a major raid. He was actually arrested by the police and was summarily executed in 2009. President Goodluck Jonathan of Nigeria has declared states of emergency in all the 4 worst affected states in the north. And as if to show their defiance, Boko Haram has carried out more attacks since the institution of the state of emergency. The citizens on their own have also tried to respond. There have been at least 2 retaliatory attacks, one on a Quranic school in the south and another near a mosque in the north. Although these attacks have been downplayed by the media, but they bear the hallmarks of a retaliatory attack to the Boko Haram threat. The result is a never-ending cycle of violence. All the groups involved are trying to use violence to resolve this issue. Obviously, deploying more soldiers and more police officers and weapons to these affected areas in Nigeria has not worked. As a matter of fact, instead of quelling the violence, we're having more and more violence. There, however, is only one alternative to violence, death, and destruction. This is the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program. The only way we can end this cycle of violence is to use the only proven way of bringing peace, which is education in the laws of peace through the Peaceful Solution. I am Abimbola Babalola in Lagos, Nigeria, reporting for IBN News.
Abimbola, thanks for that report. Now, anyone can see that this world is falling apart around them today. With a presidential race taking place here in America, it seems odd with problems like we're seeing today that many of our politicians would not base their main concerns on character and how to reverse this tragedy taking place in our society. With gossip, slander, and name-calling, I asked, what kind of example are we to our children who are our future generation? There are leaders who are willing to take a stand against the insanity we see today, and I do believe we have leaders who may want to make the right choice, but may not see the way how or realize there are those who have been training to help. Yisra Hawkins, who is the author of the Peaceful Solution Character Education Program, has been building a team of teachers for peace for many years now and is offering to assist anywhere someone would request. I urge you to call your local, state, and country leaders and ask them to start implementing this program that is proven to change the hearts and minds for all who would use it. Now, you can reach the Peaceful Solution by going to their website at www.peacefulsolution.org, or you can email them at info@peacefulsolution.org, or call them toll-free at 1-888-613-9494. Let's start making the change today. From all of us here at IBN News, thanks for joining us.